Hi everyone, welcome to AJ Mathematics. This is Ajay here. Today we are going to discuss probability. It's a very important concept. Now, in a simple words, probability means possibility. So, which means in these probability questions, we are finding the possibility of happening of an event, which means the chance of occurrence of event. So, the formula for a probability is number of favorable outcomes by the total number of outcomes. So, be clear about the favorable outcomes by the total number of outcomes here. The range of a probability, which means the answer for the probability question should be from 0 to 1. So if you get a probability of an event is 0, which means it's a impossible event. And if you get the probability as 1, which means it's a certain event. And in other words, we can call it as certain and uncertain. Now we'll go with the examples for the certain and uncertain events also. Let's see this certain event when the probability is 1. Now let's take the case here. In a class of 30 boys, what is the probability of selecting a boy? Now, which means in this class we have 30 boys and there is no condition is given like we should select a boy, the weight is should be greater than 30 kgs and height should be less than 5 feet. The question doesn't say anything like that. So we can select any boy, which means 30C1 by 30C1. So answer for the question is 1. When the probability is 1, we can call it as it's a certain event. When it comes to uncertain event, which is impossible event, which means that doesn't happen. Now when the probability is 0. So this is vice versa. If you get the probability as 0, we can call it as an impossible event or a certain event. Now in a class of 30 boys, what is the probability of selecting a girl? So it is definitely not possible to select a girl from the boys. So obviously what we'll get, numerator is 0C1, denominator is 30C1. And by these examples, what you can understand, if you solve the probability questions, you should be aware of permutation and combinations also. So if you didn't know about permutation and combination, please check my previous video. There I clearly explained about permutations and combinations also. Now we'll go with few kinds of questions here. That is like first we have a coins type of a question, next dice questions, then bags questions, and then playing cards kind of a questions. Okay, so we'll go with the basics of coins first. So sample space is nothing but the total number of outcomes. Collection of total number of outcomes, we call it as a sample space. So here, when a coin is tossed, the total number of outcomes are what? Head and tail. Only two possibilities are there, head and tail, when coin is tossed. Okay, so this is the head and this is the tail. I just shown you for your reference. Now let's go with what kind of a questions we are getting. Now let's see, if a coin is tossed, total number of possible outcomes. If a coin is tossed, which means if one coin is tossed, total number of outcomes are 2, that we know. One is a head and other one is a tail. Okay, now if two coins are tossed, total number of outcomes. So when the coins are increasing, it will be hard to find out. So for that, we have to remember these points. Okay, so when the total number of outcomes are when two coins are tossed. Okay, if one coin is tossed, head and tail are a possibility. If the second coin is tossed, again one more head will come. And see, if first coin is head, second coin is head, that is one possibility. If first coin is head, second coin is tail, that is one more possibility. If the first coin is tail, second coin is head and tail. So total how many possibilities we have? 4 possibilities are there. So this we can also write it as 2 square. So if 2 coins are tossed, total number of outcomes are 2 square. If 3 coins are tossed, total number of outcomes are 2 cube. And if n coins are tossed, total number of outcomes are 2 power n. So this is how you need to remember. We'll solve this. If a coin is tossed, what is the probability? Now this is the probability question. In the previous slide, we just finding the number of ways. Now here, if a coin is tossed, what is the probability that getting a head? Now I already told you, whenever you are solving a probability question, I suggest you to draw the denominator first. So denominator is total number of outcomes. So probability of head we are finding. If a coin is tossed, total number of outcomes are what? Head and tail, which means 2 are there in the denominator. Now probability of getting head means what? We have 1. So 1 by 2 means 0.5. And one more important point, 0.5 is lies from 0 to 1. Okay. Now, if two coins are tossed, okay, if two coins are tossed, we know that total number of outcomes are 2 square, which means this is the denominator. If a coin is tossed, what is the probability that getting two tails? So if two coins are tossed, what is the probability? Head head is one possibility, head tail is one possibility, tail head is one possibility, tail tail is one more possibility. Now here it is asking probability of two tails. So probability of two tails will be, the denominator is 4 because here we have 2 square, total number of outcomes, and getting two tails. So getting two tails means what? That is only one possibility. So which is 0.25. So this is again ranges from 0 to 1. So if you take any question, probability of any event, that should be from 0 to 1, in the middle of 0 to 1 only. Next, if two coins are tossed, what is the probability that getting at least one head? So these kind of questions are you getting in examination, and to answer this you need to understand few basic concepts here. So first, if two coins are tossed, let's write the total number of outcomes are head head, next head tail, tail head, tail tail. Okay, now here probability of at least one head, which is equals to the denominator is what? 4. Okay, now when it comes to numerator, at least one head means we can consider this, and we can also consider this. So answer for the question is 3/4. Okay, so this is very easy when we solve two coins or when we solve three coins, but when if a number of coins are increasing, that will be very hard to find out. Okay, now when you observe this point here, now at least of a head, at least one head is equals to which possibilities we are considering. We are considering two heads, we are considering head tail, we are considering tail head, but we are not considering only one thing, that is no heads occurrence. Okay, so we didn't consider one thing, that is all tails possibility. So here we have three possibilities. So these three possibilities we can also write it as total number of ways, that is 4 minus unoccurrence of that tail, sorry, unoccurrence of that head. So we can form a formula like total number of ways minus unoccurrence of heads, if it is asking about heads. Okay, now here if we need to solve this one, so probability of at least of one head is equals to total number of ways. Total number of ways are what? 4 minus unoccurrence of heads means what? All tails possibility. So all tails, how many possibilities are there? If you take n coins, all tail possibilities is only 1 and denominator is 4. So 4 minus 1/4, which is 3/4. So this is how you need to solve. So this is the initial method and this is the conceptual based method. So better you go with the second method, so that if the coins are increasing, it will be very easy to solve. Okay, so this is about two coins. Now let's solve. If it is 8 coins are there, so if 8 coins are there, it is definitely impossible to write, but we know one thing, that is total number of outcomes are 2/8. So probability of at least one head is equals to, denominator is 2/8 and the numerator is 2/8 minus 1. So this is the total number of ways and this is unoccurrence of it. Okay, so hope I am clear. So if you expand it, you will get the answer for the question. Okay, now we'll go with the next one. Now here we'll go with dice. So let's solve dice. Now see, when it comes to the sample space of die is what? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So die has the 6 phases, which means 6 sides are there. So 6 numbers are there. When it comes to the sample space of a coin, that is head and tail. And when it comes to a die, it is 6. Let's solve the questions. If a die is rolled, the total number of possible outcomes. See, if a die, which means one die. If one die is rolled, how many outcomes are there? So total 6 outcomes are there. If 2 dice are rolled, that will be 6 square. If n dice are rolled, that will be 6 power n. So if 3 dice are rolled, what is the answer? 6 power 3, which means 216 outcomes are there when 3 dice are rolled. Okay, now Let's solve this. If a die is rolled, what is the probability? So again, it is asking about probability of an even number. See, probability of give a even number on its top. So probability of even number. First write the denominator. Denominator is total number of outcomes, and here we rolling one die, which means 6. Even number. So out of the sample space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of these 6 outcomes, what are the even numbers we have? That is 2, 4, and 6. Total 3 are there. So we can write 3 by 6, which is 1 by 2. Next, again the same, a similar kind of a question. If a die is rolled, what is the probability that getting an odd number of it? So probability of odd number, which is equals to the denominator is 6 and odd numbers. What are the odd numbers in a sample space? 1, 3, 5. So total how many? 3 are there. So we can write it 3 by 6. Again, it is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means what? 0.5. Now the next point, if a die is rolled, what is the probability that getting a prime number on its top? So probability of a prime number. Okay, so write the denominator again, it is 6. Now you just tell me what about the prime numbers. So what are the prime numbers we have? 2, 3, 5. So total 3 prime numbers are there below 6. So answer for the question is 3 by 6, which is 1 by 2. So in a hurry, we may write 1 also, considering 1 also as a prime number. Then you will get 4 by 6 as the answer. But that is wrong. 1 is not the prime number. So hope I am clear. If a die is rolled, what is the probability that getting an even prime number on its top? So probability of even and a prime number. So even and prime, which is we have only one possibility, that is 2. Okay, so the denominator is 6. So in a hurry, what will happen? So you take this 2 and you can write it as 2 as a number in the numerator. So here numerator is the number of possibility. So if you write, which means that 2 even prime numbers are there that you are telling. But here we don't have 2 prime numbers, only 1 prime number is there. So you should write 1 by 6. So answer for the question is 1 by 6. Okay. So that even prime number is only 2. If a die is rolled, what is the probability that getting 3 multiple on its top? Okay. So probability of 3 multiple. The denominator is 6. What are the 3 multiples we have? 3 and 6. So the answer will be 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. So 0.33 will be the answer for the question. So hope I am clear. Now, next, if a die is rolled, what is the probability that getting 2 or 5 on its top? Okay. So first probability of getting 2, we will find it. So that is what denominator is 6, the numerator is 1. Okay. 1 means what? 1 possibility of getting 2. Probability of getting 5. This is again 1 by 6. So probability of 2 or 5. So in my previous class, I already told you wherever it is or, you can write it as a plus symbol. So 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6, which is 2 by 6. The answer will be 1 by 3. Okay. Next, if 2 dice are rolled, what is the probability that getting 8 as a sum on the top phases? Okay. So getting 8 as a sum. So first we are finding the denominator. So getting sum as 8. Okay, what is the denominator? Denominator is 36, that is 6 square. Now getting 8 as a sum, what are the possibilities are there? So 2 comma 6 is one possibility, 6 comma 2 is one possibility, 3 comma 5 is one possibility, 5 comma 3 is one possibility, and 4 comma 4 is one more possibility. So answer for the question is 5 by 36. So total 5 possible ways are there to get the sum as 8. So most of you get confused and write 4 comma 4 2 times. But here 4 comma 4 we need to write only one time. Okay. Now let's solve the next question. If 2 dice are rolled, what is the probability that getting even number on a top phases? Okay. So again, probability of even number. When 2 dice are rolled means what? The denominator is 36. So getting even number on their top. So which means it can be 2 comma 2, 2 comma 4, 2 comma 6. Next 4 comma 2, 4, 4 and 4, 6. Next 6, 2, 6, 4 and 6, 6. So total how many are there? 6. So answer for the question is 6 by 36. So 1 by 6 is the answer for the question. Okay. Now, if two dice are rolled, what is the probability that getting a doublet of even numbers? So first we need to know about the doublet of even numbers. Doublet means what? Two same numbers. So 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 1, 1, 5, 5, and 6, 6. So this we call it as a doublet of numbers. Now, when two dice are rolled, it is asking, so probability of doublet of even numbers, right? So doublet of even numbers. So the denominator is 36, and the doublet of even numbers means we cannot consider this one. We'll consider this, we'll consider this, and we'll consider this. So total 3 by 36. So answer is 1 by 12. Okay, you need to be very careful about the double even numbers and doublet of even numbers. Okay, let's solve the next question. If two dice are thrown simultaneously, what is the probability of getting sum of the numbers as even? Okay, now, so two dice it is saying, so probability of sum as even, which is equals to, so denominator is 36 anyhow. Now, when do we get sum of a two numbers is even? Okay, now in a simple words, if we add two odd numbers, we'll get a even number, and if we add two even numbers, we'll get a even number, right? So these are all the possibilities we have. So one way of doing is you can write it like 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 5, and 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6. So something like this you can write it, but I'll give you a easiest way. So if you solve like this, see, for one number we have 3, for two numbers we have 3. So we have 6 numbers, right? So 6, 2, 6, 4 and 6, 6. So total how many we'll get? 18 we'll get. So answer for the question is 18 by 36, which is 1 by 2. This is one way of doing, and other way of doing is simple words. Now, if two dice are thrown, what are the possibilities we'll get? Whether we'll get two odd numbers, or we'll get one odd, one even, or we'll get one even, one odd, or we'll get two even numbers. Okay. Now, in these cases, so total 36 possibilities are there. Now, here we have 4 kinds of possibilities we'll get. Now, when we add two odd numbers, we'll get even number, and when we add two even numbers also, we'll get an even number, which means half possibilities are there to get the even number. So here we'll get odd number, and here we'll get odd number. So out of 36, we divide into 4 parts, and in 2 parts we'll get an even number. Okay, so 36 we are dividing by 4, so there you will get 9, and in 2 cases we are getting even number, which means half. So that is 8. So 18 by 36. So this is how also you can solve. Okay, now let's solve the next question. If 3 dice are thrown simultaneously, what is the probability of having a same number on all dice? So here it is saying 3 dice, so probability of same number on 3 dice. Okay, so the denominator is 6 cube. So same number on all dice means what? 1, 1, 1. Next 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3. So something like this. 6, 6, 6. Total how many? 6 by 6 cube. Okay, so this is the answer. 1 by 36 is the answer for the question. Let's solve the next question. 4 dice are thrown simultaneously. See, the complexity is increasing. It's talking about 4 dice and find the number of outcomes. So it is not a probability question. It's a finding the number of outcomes question in which at least one die shown as 3. So it's a last year Infosys question. Be clear. So first we need to write down total number of outcomes. Okay, you can tell me the total number of outcomes when 4 dice are thrown, which is 6 power 4. Okay, next, total number of outcomes And I already told you, whenever it is talking about at least, so better we need to subtract this event. So if we need to subtract this event and if we subtract from the total, then you will get the answer. So if you don't remember that one, at least is equals to total minus unoccurrence. Okay. Now, the next we need to find out the number of outcomes. So be clear, the number of outcomes where we get the other numbers other than 3. So this is something like the formula we are just discussing before. So that will be other than 3. What are the numbers we have? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So which means total 5 numbers are there and 4 times we are throwing. So 5 power 4, which will be 625, and 6 power 4 value will be 1296. Now it is asking about total number of outcomes at least one die shown 3, which is equals to 1296 minus 625. So there you will get 671 as the answer. So hope I am clear. We'll discuss the next concepts in the next part. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.